Hello, hi everyone. I'm Yoande Falian. I am a former McKinsey consultant and Morgan Stanley VP turned founder, CEO, and certified leadership coach. And for those who don't know me, I help leaders, high achievers accelerate to their next level of success without the burnout, the overwhelm, and the pressure. And I am so thrilled to be here with you all. And for three reasons. The first is that this is my very first live, seriously. So shout out to Flora, who is part of my team, and she's amazing because she will testament to the fact that this time last year, and I would even say like October, I barely knew what a live was. So really excited to be with you guys. This is also, and this is the second reason I'm really thrilled to be here. This is the very first time that I'm going to be announcing that the doors to the April cohort of my Legacy Level Leadership Group program are opening soon. So if you want to get in early, book some time to chat with me. We'll put some information in the comments as well, but just go to www.otitoleadership.com and all the information's there. But third, and most importantly, I'm super psyched to be here because I get to connect with you all on a topic that is super close to my heart, which is leadership. And more specifically for today, how you can thrive as a leader in 2021 and beyond, okay? Why I'm really excited about this topic is beyond the fact that I truly believe that leadership is the key to legacy level success. It is the beginning of the year, right? And the opportunities for success are huge in terms of growth and just like the amazingness that could be in front of us, even in all that's going on in the world. And so that's what I want to talk about today. I know that January excitement might be waning a little bit, resolutions far behind, you may be losing sight of like the bigger picture, or you're still really pumped and you just want that extra push. And I see a few people on, so great to have you guys here. And that's where I really come in. So today I want to help you to understand very simply the three things to prioritize to consistently stay on the wave of success and thrive as a leader. Yes, in 2021, but beyond that. So one of our core values at Otito is sustainability. So everything that we teach, everything we discuss, everything we work with has to do with sustainability and making sure that yes, we're creating plans and actions for the now, but that it holds you in good stead going forward. So if you are a serial high achiever, if you're an ambitious entrepreneurial leader, maybe a startup founder, a consultant, or a corporate professional of any kind, and any of what I'm saying right now resonates, you are in the right place. And I'm going to break down, as I said, the three things to prioritize to help you stay in your leadership and really on that wave of success, right? So it doesn't feel like we're kind of going up and down and dipping in and out, but the success feels steady and incremental today, this week, this month, this year, and beyond that, all right? So first of all, what would be awesome is just think about what do you think it takes to be a successful leader in 2021 and beyond, right? Flood me with comments so that we can see and so you can share with each other. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna get straight right into it because I'm not a big fan of suspense. Three things: energy, clarity, strategic action, all right? And we're gonna go through each of them one at a time, but just to give you a bit of a flavor. Energy is basically the way that you show up, and it affects everything. It affects the way you think, it affects what you feel, what you say, and what you actually do. And that is fundamentally all that leadership is, right? It's the way that we think about things, how we feel about it, what we say, what we do, and how we move people forward, all right? Without constructive energy, work and everything you do will feel effortful and exhausting. And that's not what we want. That's not the type of leaders that we want to be. The second, clarity. Clarity is all about what success looks like. It's your end game, it's your desired outcome, it's your North Star. Without crystal clarity, success is obscure and it's unfulfilling, all right? And then the third, as I mentioned, was strategic action. The steps, and these are the steps that you will basically take to get to that desired outcome. So the clarity, the North Star that you see, the action steps help you get there. And without strategic action, your achievement is basically elusive. It doesn't exist. So let's break it down. I love to break things down. Energy. Why are we starting with energy? As I said before, the way that you show up and is all about energy, right? It's the way you show up. It affects everything. It affects what you think, what you feel, what you say, and what you do. And also the how you think as well and how you show up. as high achievers, as leaders, we often want to just jump in, right? We go, there's something I want. The best way to do is just to force our way into it. Let's just start moving. Let's just start doing. And that makes sense, right? Because it often works in a lot of places, and especially in a lot of areas where you're already successful, where you already have experience, okay? And while that is great, because energy is the one thing that we often miss, we miss opportunities to optimize our leadership, to optimize our success, and to basically set ourselves up for limitless leadership success, all right? So I can give you a really simple example of energy right now. This is my first live. First time I've ever gone live, like on any platform whatsoever. I know it's ridiculous, 2021. You would have thought I would have done it sooner, but I haven't. And it would make complete sense if I had butterflies in my stomach, if last night I couldn't sleep, if I woke up and I was freaking out, if all I could think about was if no one joined, if no one resonated with what I was saying, and I kind of just bambled through it, right? I started the session and I have a fan right in front of me because I'm in Lagos and my eyes started watering. It would make sense if I started to doubt myself. But there's another option, right? There's an option when I come in confident, where I come in really connected, where I'm focused on what I'm saying, where I'm excited to connect with all of you, where I'm thinking about leadership and the fact I'm excited about that, and hopefully providing some value to every single one of you so that you can go on to step forward in your leadership. I have a choice of which one to do. It doesn't mean it's easy, but as a leader and as a successful leader, being aware of that energy and therefore knowing how to shift that energy are really the two steps to capitalize on the energy piece, okay? So step one, as I said, was becoming aware of what's going on with your energy, and step two is being able to shift it. And the awareness piece is really important because often as high achievers and leaders, again, there's a goal, we have expectations of ourselves, other people we feel have expectations of us, and therefore we just go straight in and we think, well, I have to prove myself. Well, you don't really have to. You can figure out, first of all, what's actually going on. How confident do you feel? What might be holding you back? Where's your mindset? And as soon as you become aware of that, it becomes so much easier to shift it. It's not easy because there is a lot of practice that goes into it. And one really simple tip is just going, how am I feeling right now? How do I want to feel? What situations create that feeling of whatever it is, excitement, confidence, connection, right? How can I bring some of that into what I'm doing right now? Which is kind of the exercise that I went through today. I am so psyched to share all of this with you guys, and that's my focus. That's where my energy's at. That's what's driving my thinking. That's what's driving what I'm feeling, what I'm saying, what I'm doing. And that amplifies my energy overall, which means that when we get into clarity and strategic action, which are the next 2 points, it's so much more effortless. And now I'm really coming from a place of leadership as opposed to a place of sort of detraction and deconstructive energy, okay? And again, share any thoughts, comments, any challenges. I love challenges, I love feedback. So do share in the comments as we go through, all right? Second thing, clarity. So again, remember, energy affects everything. And once you've got that energy in place, or at least you're aware of it and you're looking to shift it, it's then what do you do next? Before, again, I know we're all eager to get started. Before you get started, get super clear about what it is that you are trying to achieve. This is one thing that we often miss, forget, or do much later down the process, which holds our leadership back and therefore our success. Clarity is all about your North Star. When you are crystal clear about an outcome, it's just a matter of time until you achieve it. Because the way that you are moving through the process is so focused on the thing, on the North Star, that decisions become easier. The way that you're communicating with people become easier. The way that you are leading other people through that process becomes easier. And there are really 2 parts of clarity. The first part of clarity is really around the clarity part, the vision part, right? Having a clear picture of what it is that you want. What are you trying to achieve? Because if you don't know, hey, career change maker. Oh, cool, I can see all the comments. I told you, this is my first live, so this is all really exciting. So clarity, as I was saying, there are 2 parts. The first is having that vision and that clear picture of what you want. If you can't see it, you can't achieve it, right? Or even if you do achieve it, it's kind of like stumbling in the dark. And that's exactly the vision I always have, or the image I always have in my mind when I'm thinking about clarity. Would you go into a dark room and just try to hope and feel your way through it, hoping that you get to the couch that you want to? No, turn on the lights, see the thing that you want. And that's really about creating a clear picture. Another way I like to look at creating the clear picture is almost imagining a puzzle piece, right? And recognizing that on the front of the box, there's a picture you're trying to create. And you may not know what that picture looks like, or you may not know how to put it together, but you start to put it together one piece at a time, okay? Until you get crystal clear about what it is that you want. The second part of clarity is around purpose. So once you get clear, it's not enough to be just clear about what you want. It's important to know why it's meaningful for you. To give you an example of this, imagine that you are looking to get promoted, right? You're in your job, you've been there for a while, and you're like, all right, I want to get promoted. Clarity is about going, not just I want to be promoted to VP or I want to be promoted to being a director. It's getting clear about what does it actually look like? What type of director are you? Who are you leading? Who are you working with? What type of project are you working on? Because now when you start to take action, all your actions are focused on that, right? Maybe you start to find project opportunities that are related to the thing that you're interested in, right? And where you want to be. Maybe you start to find opportunities to work with the people who you would want to work with in the future when you get that promotion. Maybe you start to step up in your leadership because you're like, well, when I get that promotion, I will be more vocal in meetings. And so you start to do that now because you have a crystal clear image of who you are and where you are in that future scenario of success, okay? And then the purpose is why it's meaningful for you. Saying that you want to get promoted because that's the next step and those are the expectations of other people, while that could be a motivator, it may not be as motivating as really connecting and really understanding the why of you getting to that role, right? And it could be a combination of things: higher pay, more connection with what you're doing, excitement, a want to have more impact, like really building the drive behind why you want to reach that place of clarity becomes almost like a motivating factor. So again, it doesn't feel forced. Remember, my focus is about creating success, creating leaders without the overwhelm, without the pressure, without the burnout. This is not about doing more. It's about using the forces and the tactics and the strategies that help move you forward towards where you want to be. Which takes us to the third thing, as I mentioned, strategic action, right? And this is not just about any action, this is about being strategic. I'll put a link afterwards in the comments, and hopefully I will, or Flora will help me, which gives really clear details around tactical versus strategic. But just to give you a really quick insight into that, when you think about your to-do list and ticking things off the box, they are probably tactical, right? Not all the time, but often they are tactical. Strategic actions are not just about the now, they are about the future as well. You're basically, if you play chess, it's almost like putting your chess pieces in the right places so that as you make the moves, which are the tactical actions, you are moving towards your desired outcome, which is winning the game in that case. And in this case, it would be achieving that clear vision that you've already set for yourself, okay? And again, to give you a really simple example, I worked with a client recently who wanted to improve their relationship with one of their employees, and improve their relationship in a way where that employee was taking more ownership and leadership of projects, right? So I was like, what are you doing right now? And they were like, well, I give them a task, I ask if they need any help, they say no, they then come back 1 week later, they haven't done it right, I tell them what to do, they do it. I was like, all right, it's very tactical, right? I do this, they do this, I do this, they do this, I do this. We went through a process of energy, of clarity, and it was like, what do you want? Well, she wanted to be, the founder I was working at wanted to be in a place where their employee was taking ownership, i.e. not just being told what to do, but actually working through a project in a way where they were using their critical thinking skills, right? Thinking about what might go wrong, what might go right, asking the right questions. So we created a strategic action plan, which didn't just have to do with with the conversation around what needed to be done, but expanded that out. So now it was about what's the overall structure that enables this person to do this, right? And it started way ahead from having a conversation with their employee about their vision, right? Again, back to clarity, and this is why it's in this order, of what they wanted for that person, understanding what the other person wanted, and then agreeing on a plan, which was, the employee being in a place where they were taking more ownership and really driving projects forward. And then in those moments where they were talking about the project, if my founder client found that the employee wasn't taking those actions, instead of going, do you need anything else? They would say something like, what questions do you have for me? Okay, no questions. How about we set up some time later on and you tell me your thought process, you tell me how you are taking ownership, and then you ask any questions that you need to move forward. So now they weren't sort of solving the problem and ticking off boxes. They were actually thinking strategically about how to achieve what it is that they wanted. All right. I could talk about this stuff for like ages, but my first live, I'm not going to make it too long. But just recapping, the 3 quick things in terms of thriving in 2021 and beyond as in your leadership: energy, clarity, strategic action. All right. And for anyone who joined late and may have missed all the fun that we've been having here, as I said, this is my very first live and I'm super excited to get through it. And it was super fun, which is awesome. Second, I announced for the very first time that the doors to the April cohort of my Legacy Level Leadership Group program are opening soon. That was a tongue twister. And if you want to get in early, book some time to chat with me and my team at www.otitoleadership.com. You'll see information about what we go through in the program itself, but the best way to really understand and see whether or not, I'm glad this has been helpful, Lawson. Thank you. The best way to figure out whether or not this has been it'll be relevant for you is to really just get on a call, and you can book in there directly. And I look forward to not just connecting with you guys on live, but hopefully in person, whether in my Facebook or LinkedIn groups, Next Level Leadership, or just shoot me a message. Let me know how you enjoyed this, any other topics that would be great. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. Stay safe, stay focused, stay energized. All right, bye.